The places where you hold attachment are the ones that will be most challenged. If you are a light worker, if you are an awakened woman walking this path of remembrance, if you are a therapist, if you chose the path of authenticity and soul alignment, then you are probably now being challenged in the areas of life and aspects of life where you hold attachment. There is this thing about the timeline splitting right now, and I can totally feel these like two big timelines, and they are the ones that most people do not even know that exist. The organic timeline, the timeline where we follow our authenticity, our soul, where we return to God, where we stand in faith, where we remember who we truly are and why we're here, where we follow our mission, our soul mission, and live in the space of collaboration, of inner peace, of compassion, this organic, natural state of being that we actually were designed for and with. But we were taken away from that path. That's for another time. So the other timeline is the inorganic timeline, is the timeline that is now being created, forced on humanity, is the one where people are more and more drawn and living separated and away from their own feelings, their own intuition, their own body, their own inner wisdom, more separated from God, more alienated and alone relationship wise, for example, more and more artificial things surfacing that seemingly are good because they make our life easier, but in the same time pay a lot of attention on how a lot of people start heavily relying on artificial help, and they lose connection with their inner authority, with their discernment, with their natural organic way as a human. Of course, this inorganic timeline has been created by interferences, by archons, by reptilians, by demons, by all of this cohort that has created a matrix and wanted the human race enslaved. That's not news anymore for a lot of us. So if you are returning to the main point, if you are now in a point in your life where you chose the organic path, the soul aligned, authentic, the God led path, you will be challenged in the aspects that are the ones you have most attachment for. In short, I'll give you my own example where starting last year, I was very, very challenged financially and in my mission, and everything stopped at one moment. No clients, no money coming in. And that is where I didn't understand what was happening at first. And I took a lot of routes and I did a lot of clearings and work a lot around money. Again, layers and layers. And then I worked on like curses and all types of interferences and generationally and all you can think of. And then later on, while this was going on and months passed by and nothing happened, nothing seemingly happened, and I went deeper into surrender with God, and I'm like, okay, God, if this is what I need to go through right now, I accept it. May your will be done through me and for me. I choose to trust that there is something here for me to learn. There's something here for me to grow from, even if it's very, very uncomfortable. So after a period of resistance, of resisting, like why is this happening, and wanting to control it, and putting out all types of offers just to maybe make some money, I truly now realized that the big lesson behind it was the detachment, neutrality state in regards to money and all external things where I placed my value in. Because money, clients, status, being someone meant I am valuable, I'm worthy, I'm enough. That was my entire life. And I didn't even know it. So, you know, those moments when, for example, you check your likes, you check your comments, you check to see if you have new followers, and you do that a little bit too much. That is putting your value on external validation, always expecting and wanting others to tell you that you are good, that you're enough, that you're valuable, that you did a good thing. Also, me, of course. As I said, I'm speaking from my own experience. Um, and the big thing with the money thing, with the money part, is detachment from the said numbers so that I return and connect and feel actually valuable enough, worthy as a person, as a soul, as a being, no matter the outer circumstances, no matter what my account says, no matter what the likes, the number of likes is, no matter who says that I did good or not, no matter what people think or not, no matter what happens externally. So I was put on a big pause with account growth, with clients coming in, with messages, with requests, with collaborations, with everything stopped so that I would be able to return to myself, truly, deeply return to myself and to who I am in God's eyes and how I was created beyond any external validation. And that is such a big thing for many of us. And yes, it was a tough journey of deep surrender and more letting go and more noticing where the ego wants to control and more noticing the interferences that appeared. It wasn't an easy one because how the interference works is that subtly you think things that are not actually yours. Things like you're not good, you are shit, you don't know what you do, you actually offer no value, no one wants to work with you, you better quit, all types of things like that. See the energy of that? Notice how that is pulling you down in a spiral. That is not from God, that is not from your soul, that is not the truth. That is interference. So I also had to learn secondary to this how to spot interference, how to discern even more than before, how to stay grounded, peaceful, faithful, and even surrender more to God. So one thing that seemingly was very challenging and very hard led to a lot of self-empowerment in many ways. I probably would have started to do these videos and show up more if I wouldn't have gone through this type of experience. So notice where in your life you're still very attached. Maybe it's a relationship, or maybe it's your job, or maybe it's money, or maybe it's, I don't know, your family, whatever it is, image, how you show up, how you look. That's where you are going to be hit so that you no longer live attached to the external and come to your own inner sovereignty, in your own authority. Remember who you truly deeply are beyond all the conditioning so that you can exit all the fakeness, all the grids that are false and inversed and inverted, so that you can come again, I'll repeat this because it's important, into self, leadership, and sovereignty. I know who I am. I feel enough. I am enough. I am valuable.